Hi everybody, my name's Adam Bushnell and I'm an author. It's great that so many of you are here to join me for this storytelling session here today. We live in crazy times, we live in a strange world, but anyway, let's make the most of it for this next 10, 15 minutes, something like that. If I've not met you before, I'm an author. I write children's books like these ones up here. I also write books for teachers like this one. This is 100 Ideas for Outdoor Learning, which was published recently by the wonderful people at Bloomsbury. Also written by the fantastic team at Scouted. Write these books too. This is Modelling Exciting Writing. Been quite a popular teacher book, that one. And this book, also published by the same people for Modelling Exciting Writing. This one was published by Sage. This is all about writing at great depth. And my main job isn't just sitting at home writing like I have been today. My job is traveling around all over the world, meeting lovely people like all of you, and hopefully making writing exciting, hopefully inspiring you to do some writing as well. So hello. We live in strange times. We've got people on lockdown inside their houses. If you are being homeschooled at the moment, I'm here to give you a little bit of a hello and a little bit of a treat with a story to give your families a rest as well. And if you are currently in school because your parents are key workers, etc., then this is also dedicated to you. So today we're going to have a story, and the story that I'm going to tell you is about something that happened to me around about a year ago now. Now, as you can see, I'm currently in my office. This is where I write my books. That's where I've been writing all day today. But the office didn't look like this a year ago. In fact, I got home from visiting a local school and my house had been burnt down completely. Now, I arrived on the drive, got out my car, and I was just amazed. There was smoke everywhere. And when I looked up into the sky, I realized that there was a dragon circling overhead, spitting flames from its nostrils. It was covered in emerald green scales and had a ferocious expression upon its face. It flapped off into the distance, and I was furious. I was so angry that I decided right then and there that I didn't want to be an author anymore. I decided that I wanted to become a knight. So I looked for some suitable equipment. I looked through the rubble of my house. I couldn't find anything to use as armor, but I did find a baking tray from the oven. So I stuck the baking tray on my body. I then tried to find something that I could use as a helmet. Of course, I couldn't find a helmet, but I did find a rather large cooking pot. So I stuck that on my head. I then looked through the rubble of my house, and eventually I found a very large spoon for a sword. With the cooking pot on my head, the baking tray on my body, and the spoon in my hand, I set off searching for the dragon. It didn't take me very long. The dragon was sleeping on a field nearby. I could see its chest heaving as it snored with wisps of smoke trickling from its nostrils. So cautiously, slowly, I crept towards the dragon. When I was so close to it that I could smell its pungent breath, I got the spoon ready. I lined it up to the dragon's nose. I pulled back the spoon, and with a bang, I whacked the dragon right over its nose. The dragon snapped its eyes open. It reared up onto its back legs, and it spoke. It said, "Did you just hit me with that spoon?" I said, yes. I was trying to kill you, but it didn't really work, did it? "No, it didn't," said the dragon. "And I'm going to burn you to a crisp." Well, I screamed and I ran in the other direction. I kept looking over my shoulder, but as I did, I saw that the dragon was getting closer and closer to me. I ran over to a tree. I jumped up into the branches and I hid behind the leaves. But of course, the dragon saw me. It took in a great breath, and with a burst of fire, it set the whole tree alight. I was holding on to the branch. I was holding on for dear life, but the branch that I was holding on to began to make a creaking sound. And after a while, it suddenly snapped. I tumbled towards the ground, but I didn't land on the ground. I landed on top of the dragon's head. Now, the dragon began to shake its head furiously, trying to get me to go flying off, but I held on to the dragon's horns as hard as I could. The dragon opened up its wings and flew off into the sky. It was flapping the great bat-like muscular wings as fast as it could. I was holding on for dear life. The wind was racing into my face. And while I was holding on, I discovered something interesting. When I pulled the dragon's horns that way, the dragon flew that way. When I pulled the dragon's horns that way, the dragon flew that way. When I pulled them backwards, the dragon went up higher into the sky. When I pushed them forward, the dragon went down towards the ground. I was able to steer the dragon. We flew this way, we flew that way, we flew all around. Until after a while, some of you might have detected that I come from the north of England. I flew the dragon all the way down towards the south of England. I flew the dragon all the way to Buckingham Palace, to where the Queen lives. And when I got there, we were circling over the top of the palace when suddenly I pushed the horns forward as hard as I could. The dragon went plummeting into the ground, and the dragon fell down onto the floor and landed with a splat. Instantly, the dragon had fallen down dead. Blech. It would never burn down anybody's home again. I stepped off the dragon's head just as the Queen of England was stepping out of her palace. I gasped. I'd never met anybody royal before. I brushed myself down and I tried to ready myself for this royal meeting. The Queen walked right up to me and she said, "Did you just kill..." She doesn't talk like me or you. She's really quite posh. "Did you just kill that dragon?" I said, "Yes, I did." She said, "Have you got a cooking pot on your head?" I said, yeah. I'm trying to become a knight, but I'm not a very good one." She said, "Oh, yes, you are. I'm going to make you England's greatest knight. I will give you a golden helmet and a golden sword. You shall be the new knight of England." "Mint," I said. And so the Queen handed me this golden helmet. And she also handed me this golden sword. And that's where I got these two objects from. But there might be some of you out there that are questioning this tall tale and whether it actually happened or not. I have the evidence in front of me. But is it a true story? No, of course it's not. This is storytelling. And I enjoy storytelling because it's about having fun. It's not professional lying. It's basically just having fun by telling a story. Now, whether you're at school or whether you're at home with your family sitting on the sofa, I wonder what equipment you've got in your house or in your school that you could use if there was a dragon that came to visit. Perhaps if you're at home, you and your family after this broadcast could take a walk around your house and look for the things that you would use to make yourself a knight to battle dragons. If you're sitting in the school hall, if you're at school, maybe you could come up with some ideas for how to build a dragon trap. Perhaps take a little journey over to the PE cupboard and have a look at what things would be useful to build a dragon trap there. Maybe the skipping ropes or the nets. But what did the dragon look like? Maybe after you've had a little idea about the equipment you could use in your house at school, maybe you could talk about what the dragon would look like. Was it green? Was it blue? Was it red? Was it pink? Was it striped? Did it have spots or scales? Have a little chat with your family on the sofa. Have a little chat with somebody near you. Tell each other, what do you think that dragon might have looked like? While you're doing that, I'm just going to read some of these comments that have appeared on my screen. Oh, that's all very nice. So, if you're interested in drawing a dragon and showing what it looks like, on my YouTube channel, I do have a previous video called How to Draw a Dragon. And there it shows step by step by step how you can draw a dragon. And then you could add your own ideas to it. You could give it a long, extendable tongue. You could give it a unicorn horn. You could give it icy breath like a mist. Instead of it breathing fire, you could have it doing whatever it wanted to. What powers will your dragon have? That's something that you can also do afterwards. Stories and books like The Tiger That Came to Tea take a really simple idea, like a simple setting, such as a home or a school, and introduce some fantasy to it. And that's exactly what that story is all about. And there'll be a different story on this YouTube channel every day this week at 2:30 p.m. I hope you can join me for tomorrow's story. Tomorrow, I'm thinking of telling a slightly longer story, a Viking saga myth about a boy who encounters various strange and crazy creatures. So I hope you do join me there. In the meantime, my books are available online from places like Amazon, but when the libraries reopen, please get yourselves to the library. Books shouldn't cost you too much money. That's why I'm putting this broadcast out, because it's an expensive time. Whether you're homeschooling or whether you're teaching in school, it's an expensive time getting all the resources that we need. So hopefully you've enjoyed this free resource for you. My website is adambushnell.co.uk. If anybody did want to order a signed book, then just get in touch, drop me an email. I'm also on Twitter and Instagram as Author Adam. I'm on Facebook as Adam Bushnell. It would be fantastic to hear from anybody. If you want any shout outs, give me a shout. I'm not able to do shout outs that have just appeared on the screen here. I'll do those tomorrow. But in the meantime, shout outs to anybody who's from Newcastle School for Boys. Hello there, boys. Fantastic to work with you last year, and I'm looking forward to working with you again. Shout out to the British School in the Netherlands. This is an international broadcast, and my previous school where I used to teach at, the British School of the Netherlands, a big shout out to you. Shout out to all the boys and girls who are currently being taught at Easington Colliery School. Looking forward to seeing all of you again very, very soon. And shout out to St Cuthbert's in Seaham. Been working with you guys, phenomenal school with their very own real-life literacy shed. They do have a shed, and I signed the shed when I was there. That's filled with books and promotes reading, etc., etc. So, yeah, drop me a message. Let me know if you want any shout-outs tomorrow, and I'll be back here at 2:30. In the meantime, stay indoors, stay safe, stay 2 meters away from each other. If you're at school, be nice to your families. When they pick you up, they are going to be exhausted. If you're at home, try not to do your parents and your family's heads in too much. Get yourself drawn dragons, make up your own dragon story. Let me know how you get on with that. Okay, everybody, I shall see you tomorrow right here at 2:30. Don't forget to click that important subscribe button so that I can read your messages and give you those shout outs. So everyone, bye for now. I hope you have an enjoyable day for the rest of it. Bye for now.